Hey, beautiful people, it is so good to be here. Welcome to this space. If you are a new subscriber, thank you. I get these little messages from the Googler people who tell me who's subscribed, and I'm just so grateful. Love you. And all of my friends that comment below. We are creating this quite lovely community, and I'm just so grateful to all of you. Let's get on with your card and message of the day. All right, so here we go, friends. I use two decks for our for those of you who are new to the channel. And this week I'm using Angel Wisdom Tarot deck by Radley Valentine. These illustrations have been provided by Dan Craig. And card of the week comes from the Divine Masters Oracle, which is a new deck by Kyle Gray. And these images have been brought to us by Jennifer Hawkyard. So let's see what I do with my process. Well, I'm using the Divine Masters Oracle deck. Sometimes I use the Major Arcana decks from two different tarot decks because they have archangels in them. But I decided I wanted to learn more about the Divine Masters and bring them to you. When I want to learn something, you learn something. My isms, which are my own little quirks, if you will. I expect my desires and intentions to manifest always. We should always expect what our heart wants to manifest. Then the second one, I am always with my inner being, and everything is wonderful. It's an affirmation that reminds us that our inner being, our higher self, has our best intentions when it comes to what it is we need out of our life. In the human experience, we've got the choice to follow what our hearts desire and then to follow other people's heart desire. And here we have ego over all the other stuff. I don't want to get in the weeds with that. But our inner being is always reminding us that life is not so terrible. Life is not so horrible. It may seem like that at some point. And when we make choices that our inner being is not quite sure that should be the right choice, there is quickly examples to remind us this wasn't the right choice. It's either a feeling, it's intuition, it's a message, it's a guided confirmation that gets put in place to really get in the way of this is not what you should be doing. And how it shows up for me is in the words of others. People who know me, they get me, they understand me, will say something's off. This is not quite right. And we can still choose to go down the road that I don't think so, I'm going to keep doing it. Eventually there will be a lesson to be learned. And in that lesson, we can be grateful for the lesson that we learned and say to the higher being, thank you. Now move me where I need to be. And the more we practice being with our higher being, our inner being, that part of us that wants the best for us, the more we practice doing it, the easier things become. That's another weedy thing to do. Anyway, let's just shuffle. Beatrice and Gertrude, my two spirit guides that have delighted all of you, that delight me, that's in all kinds of things. I just love them. How many times should I shuffle? 4. Okay. 1. Whoops. 2. Gertrude is saying, be careful. 3. All right. And 4. Do you want me to take these from the top or the bottom? Fan them out. They'll choose one. All right. Fan them out. This one. Yes. Okay. Okay. I like doing these things, these messages in the minute. I like them because it's not so predictable. It's like unpredictable. And then all this seems to come together for some reason in the moment, like minutes before I post them up. Let's see who we got today. Oh, look at this. Oh, gosh. I cannot make this up. We have a number 6 here. 6 of water. Or was that air? And we have Archangel Zadkiel. That's the angel that we give our troubles to, who helps us on our spiritual path. Children or childhood revising old dreams or plans, which is why this is a number 6. And because there are cups here, I'm going to say this is the water. Sometimes I get the air and the water mixed up because of the symbol. Embracing the inner child and the returning of people or romance from your past. Romanticizing how things were. So when I'm looking at this number 6, it is really about balancing what we have and what we don't have. And we've got Archangel Michael because of this blue robe. Now you would expect Archangel Raphael be showing up, since this is a card about healing. But it is healing a heart space. Healing the emotions of what we may or may not be feeling. We are in a number 6 day, and this is a lovely, huge reminder. Commander Ashtar leads the activation of how to heal and what to heal and where to heal. And what I want to say about this is it's time to evolve and trust your ability that you have the power to lead other people. When we heal ourselves, when we heal some of the deep-seated trauma, and this card is saying from childhood, from before, and we say that we forgive ourselves for the limiting beliefs that we may or may not have had, and we heal those limiting beliefs, and it can bring up some emotions. When we do all of these things, we open up some sometimes challenging memories. When you have these open up, I got goosebumps, so I know one of these ladies wants something to say. Particularly pay attention to the healer inside of you. Let me say that one more time. Pay attention to the details that you're getting from the healer that actually lives inside of you. That inner being, that higher being that expects the best from you, is bringing you some healing messages. Now, yes, you can go to some really huge, really talented empaths. You could trust the hypnosis or hypnotherapy from people. That is all fine if it gets you to the place where you can heal it. Here's why. We've got a super new moon coming up in the sign of, let's see, Aquarius. But today, Mercury moves into Aquarius, and Mercury is the planet of communication. So it's a little bit like a clash with Jupiter, and it isn't that, you know, these planets are going to do what they do, but the energy that gets created by them gives forth and makes way for opportunities. So what Spirit World does through those of us that work with moon cycles and cards and divination and love and truth is to bring something clear through, knowing that you're always with your inner being, and your inner being is going to show you gently, lovingly, kindly, and with blessings what it is you need to know and what it is you need to release. Many of us are going through recollections, particularly when we lose people that have had an impact on our life. Those people who ascend out of their physical bodies and go on to do the afterlife work as spiritual beings have the capacity to help us heal. So, for example, how many of you may have said you feel or may have felt sad because somebody you know passed and you perhaps hadn't called them, hadn't been with them, hadn't wished them this, hadn't wished them that? This is your opportunity to bring that person into your mind's eye, even say their name out loud, and to say, listen, it's my intention to love you, to be kind to you, to wish you all the very best in this afterlife. And I am regretting that we didn't spend more time together physically. But I am, you can also say I am grateful and gracious that you are now with me. You have to assume, you have to assume that they're with you now. When you think of them, when you call their name, You bring them into your energy. Only you can do it because you have the desire to do it. Anyway, I digress. So, how does all this come together? You might want to think of times in your childhood where you perhaps first experienced the contrasts of life, where things weren't quite the way you wanted them to be. So revisit those. And if you are familiar with the Akashic records, you can ask for Archangel Michael, Archangel Zadkiel, since Archangel Zadkiel is on this card, to go up to the Akashic records and ask, which one of these should I be connecting with? Which one of these should I be healing? If you don't know, if you're unclear on what that even looks like. I'm hoping I'm making sense here. Let's see. What else can I tell you about this? This is really about balancing the past, coming into the present, and looking at the details that perhaps don't create the balance that you're looking for. I'm not wanting to go in the weeds here. I'm just wanting to make sure that we're on the right page. I don't want to confuse people. So if this is confusing to you, let me know. This is about reunions, sharing childhood dreams. You may find yourself pining for the past. I feel as if I am making a complete pig's ear of this. I am. I'm like, I wrote some notes. Being responsible. Today is a day to be sympathetic with yourself, to be sacrificing of yourself, to be domestic and being loving with yourself. Questioning any details that you have, any spills that have been mopped up. Gertrude, I love this woman. Okay, so Gertrude is laying. These energies, if you're not familiar, are like, when I see them, they're around this humongous big table drinking tea at a tea shop. That's how I see it. Now, other folks I know from this channel are able to pull in the spirits of Gertrude and Beatrice. They're like the opposite. Gertrude's the fiery flame of fun and frivolity, and Beatrice becomes this voice of reason. And that's the kind of energy that we all have and we all balance. I love what Gertrude brings to the table because she just makes me giggle out loud because she is so outrageous. This is a spirit that has two wands. One of them is bent. So she twirls this wand. It goes off in different directions, which is really quite amusing. The other one is the stabling one that is the one that works, but she likes both of them for some reason. Okay, so she's sitting back in this tea shop with her feet up on the table, crossed like this, very irreverent, and she's got a plate with a big fork, like helping herself to what looks like chocolate cake. Beatrice, on the other hand, likes to sit with the wisdom and the energy, and these two are like mad magical sisters that sort of like sometimes they conflict and sometimes they come together, but mostly it's to bring the wisdom from the divine and keep us locked into that feeling that we're not here on our own. We're not struggling and pushing things uphill, that they're always with us, bringing the wisdom that we need to know and reminding us that we are all, everybody, you, me, all the friends you know, we are a force to be reckoned with. Because we've got the physical abilities to make changes, as well as the spiritual abilities to network with each other to make those changes happen. What can we say about the Six of Water? Oh. Beatrice is saying the water flows. And sometimes it flows to a trickle. And when it flows to a trickle, in those trickling moments, look down into your past and know that it's already healed. And it's up to you and me and everyone else to let that flow keep going. Let the flow of the past bring up the energies of the past, heal them and let them flow. Heal them and let them flow. Heal and flow, heal and flow, heal and flow. And the momentum keeps going. This is about forward movement. She's saying that when we get stuck on images and images and issues of the past. Those are the details that are not serving us now. We are supposed to get in touch with our inner child and heal it, so our inner child can come through and stand in the sunshine and run around like these two. Embrace the inner child today. Really, I should have just looked at this morning and said, just embrace your inner child and have fun. Heal the wounds of the past and move on. That's it. Big message of the day. And listen, I'm sorry for getting so verbose, but anyway, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'll be a bit clearer tomorrow. Bye for now. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.